Hi everybody, welcome back to the craft room. Before we start, the fan is on. Hopefully it's not going to be too noisy for you and it's not going to blow our pieces everywhere, but it's very warm in here this morning, so I do need the fan on at the moment. I might be able to turn it off in a bit. I did have a couple of requests asking how I pulled the pieces for the characters and stuff I make using the Infinite Doodles. So I thought I'd do that today. So if you're not interested in this part, I'll put a time just down here of when we start cutting and assembling and that sort of stuff. But how I pick my pieces. Okay, so the first thing is, without even thinking about a picture, anything in here can be, I mean, if you're doing a person, anything in here can be legs or arms. So like on the Elvis, I knew I wanted him to have flares, so ideal for legs and or arms. These could be legs, these could be legs, even these could be legs. So anything can be anything. I think you just got to know that you're not going to get any. It's going to be difficult to get realism because all these little shapes are based on like cartoony type things, which is what Pete used to do. He used to be an illustrator and he draws a lot of cartoony stuff. So that's where these shapes come from. The Infinite Doodles. The abstract elements are just shapes, really. So we are going. I found this picture, which I thought was quite cool. We're going to concentrate on the guy. I might do the girl as well, but we'll see how long it takes to do the guy. So looking at this, I would look at the arms and legs first. So these are they're not curvy and they're not sorry. I think they've quieted now. They're not curvy and they're not flared, so I would go for this shape for legs. This has got a bit of a curve on it, so I would do another leg out of that, but I think I would also do maybe this one just to give him a knee. So that's going to be the legs. The arms, I'm going to use the similar shape as the legs, because we're going to keep it all sort of the same, because the arms are going to be the same as the legs here. So arms. Okay, so the next thing, we've got these little round shoes, so that might be a little bit big. I might go for those shoes, but I might do some different ones. So, and we'll cut something out of it. I've got a little dog walking around here. Not settling today. Never mind. You will in a minute. Okay, so here, here we've got this sort of shape. I can draw that in actually, so that's like that, that's like that, and that's like that. So we've got this sort of shape, so that is, I'd pull that one for that. I mean, this might change, the sizes might not be quite right, so I might change it. And here we've got a square with the piece missing. So let's pull out that one, because we can always chop this piece off. So we'll go for that one. Hands. I would probably try these, but I'm going to cut those in a different colour. So they would be in whatever colour I'm doing his skin. Hat, because he's facing downwards, this would be more of a circle rather than this. It's more of that. So we'll pull out a circle-y or oval for that. So let's have a look. Piece for that. That's a bit small. That's a bit narrow. So we've already got a piece of no. I would go for that one, I think. Let's try that one. And then this one for his hat, we can cut a piece off. So we got this. So sorry, we got this. Getting a bit of interruptions today, what with the dogs and the phone. Never mind. So it's not quite pointy enough. So we could, if I struggle with anything, I always think to myself, I come back to that, I'll come back to that, so I'll come back to that, and I'll come back to this. But in the meantime, we've got sort of what we need. I probably won't cut the hands yet, so let me pop those back on there. I shall cut all the black pieces. So that's all these pieces. I'll do these a couple of times, that a couple of times, these all once, and then see where we are. So let me get these cut and I'll be right back. So there's our pieces. We are going to start with this piece, I think. So this is where his legs come from. I think I'm going to turn that one over and have it coming down there. And this one, this was going to be his knee. So that one can be coming down like that. And then we'll have that one coming out of it like that. So I'm just going to run around that with a ball tool. Because we're using the back of it, so I want to round it off a little bit. That's an arm, we don't want that. And same with this one. That's a bit, I think that might be a bit big. But the next one down, I think it's going to be too small, is it? Might not. We might have to go a bit smaller than I'm thinking. Because I don't want him to look, I want him to look quite slim. So let me just cut this one. So I'm just going to pop it all down to see if it's going to still look right. I think the smaller one might look better, so his legs look a bit fuller with the smaller jacket. So we're going to have to rethink his hat, but that's okay. So let's get started. We'll stick his leg on. And then his foot might need to be a bit smaller as well. His knee. Just going to come to about there, I think. Going out just a little bit. And just cut that big piece off there. piece is going to go up like that. So let's stick that on there. So we've got him sort of, need to do some different shoes, I think. Let me just cut this one. So it's just there. So shoes are going to go like that, but we do need a piece of white on there. So I'm not going to stick those on yet. So for his jacket, which is sort of an angle like that, and then we need to cut our piece off of there, I think. So and then just see where his arm's going to come out like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on. And that goes up like that. So I'm going to just cut that off so that it sort of joins in with that. So arms, that one's going to come down like that. Just comes to his knee. His hand will be there. So let's get that one on. Oops. Let's make his shoulder a little bit wider. And the other arm, which I'm going to get similar sort of length. So it's, that is going to come up here. Like that. Okay, hat we've got to redo because that's going to be way too big. Those are the shoes, we don't want those bits anymore. Hat. Let's try these two, see what it looks like. It looks like a very, very strange hat. It's too thin. It might be better. Let's cut this one and then I'll cut it down if it needs to be. Might have to cut that down a little bit, so we'll leave it at that for the minute. And it's a bit big. Looks a little bit big. Okay, so let's have a look at his face. Oh, we probably need to cut a V in this. Now we've got this far. Should have done that first, but I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get that through there, but we'll give it a go. So let's just cut that V. Right, we still need his face, so come on Deb, concentrate on that one. that one I think I'm going to try first. Let's get a bit of skin colour here. We need a piece of white behind there. So let's just get a piece of that. Put that on there for a second. So it needs to be looking down. Let's put a bit of white on his shoes while I'm thinking about the hat. We want that facing in, don't we? So okay, let me get his hands on and then I'll have a good think about his hat. Okay, so hands. One's like that, and this one is like that. So that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so for the hat, I think I need to do a piece for the top, then a piece for that. So a piece for the top, so that we can see the top, and then the brim would be like that, although this would be longer. I was never good at drawing. Give me a break, guys. There we go. So we need something that's going to be the right size, and then I think that is definitely that, and a bow tie. So let me have a think, and then I'll tell you what I've pulled out. Okay, so I tried a few different things, but it's just sometimes it's just sort of trial and error till you find something you like. So I've decided to go with these little guys, which might seem a little bit strange, but that's going to go on there, and then this is going to be the bit on the top. So let me see how that looks. I mean, because that one might change as well. If I don't like it, I will try something different, but at the moment so we want it, it's not a hugely tall hat, but so say there, let's cut this down a little bit so it makes more sense, and then this one It's going to go in there. You can't even see it, but you sort of can a bit. So let's stick it on. I think. I'm not sure that he looks like he's looking down. I still think the hat's too big, but I don't think I'm going to get it any better than that. Right. Take it up the side maybe. I don't know whether he looks like he's looking down, but we're going to go for it because we'll be here for hours otherwise. Probably already have been here for hours. So if we put his chin about there. Oops. And his hat like that. Get a bit of glue for there if I can. Right, so all we need is a little bow tie. I don't think I've got anything that's small enough, but we're still going to give him a little red bow tie. So I'll cut the smallest triangle and one of these little circles in red, and we'll fashion him a bow tie. So let's get these little tiddlers together. I might have to cut it even smaller, but we will go with that for the minute. So put it in the middle, like that. Way too big, so we do need to cut that smaller. And we're going to cut it even smaller. And put that on there. Let me tidy up a second. So there's our guy. I think he all came together at the end actually. He wasn't looking right for quite a while, but actually I think he looks quite good now. So he's a little bit scruffy in places, but I think he's looking good. So that has taken about an hour, but I was sort of faffing in places, so I could actually, I will cut that down. You will get some little added extras, I think. I might put him a little band round his hat. So I decided not to do the girl because this is going to be too long, I think. But I did cut him a little stage from Atomic Elements, and I cut a few stars from this one, which is Moon and Back 665035, which also got in a sale at some point. I think it's probably back last year. So I've got a little dog here asking for sweets as usual. And there we go, there's one for you as well. It's getting ridiculous. So he's going to have a little stage, some stars, and I've done a card base and black layer. I am going to glitter up his suit because why not? Now Badger wants to get back up. Okay, dogs are all sorted. Let's get back to this. So we're going to give him a sparkly suit, and it should. Okay, let him dry for a second, and we'll just get this stuck on here. I think this there is okay. Let's get this together then. So there's today's card. I did put a little hat band on. I will get a sentiment on him at some point. Just don't know what I'm going to put on there yet. But that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.